The gift of immortality. The curse of the gods. In today's video, I have collected some information related to the spittle and clay used to form man, and its apparent connection to Ambrosia, the food of the gods, the drink of immortality. But of course, this immortality comes at a price. Spittle and clay. Early Egyptian mythology states that Atum created the god Shu, the god of the air, and the goddess Tefnut by spitting them out of his mouth. Atum was worshipped throughout Egyptian history. The center of his worship was centered in the city of Heliopolis, Egyptian Anu, or Iunu. So the temple of Atum, Heliopolis, meaning the city of the sun, is named Anu. In Sanskrit, Anu is a variant of Anu. That means atom origin. Iunu means the pillars, hence the Sumerian tree of life, which would be the pillars to the gate of the underworld. In biblical terms, spittle was used by the Lord in restoring sight and speech, as signifying his will to cure, possibly referring to the Igigi, the eye of the watcher, and the voice of the oracle. It was the widespread belief that spittle accompanied by magical formulas possessed medicinal qualities. Yes, but pharma, witchcraft, was merged with medical practice, so we must be constantly aware of this. We are told Jesus absorbed our sins. Sin is Lord Zu, the so-called healer and physician of the gods, also known as Aya and Zu. Spittle and clay, the ground used by Jesus to signify that man was made from dust of the earth. The spittle is that Jesus must make the dust into a healing, just as it was God who had to form man from the dust. Red clay is attributed to Lord Zu, the life-giving rain. Red clay is poisonous. When dry as dust, it can cause silicosis. I don't believe for a second that this was a practice of Jesus. The name may be, but not the person. This ritual belongs to Pazuzu. The Ishipu of Babylon, the exorcist, who merged medical practice with witchcraft, were experts in disease, and here they are extending infection. To transmit something of themselves, holy persons in their blessings will use some form of physical contact. At the ordination, the priest or Ishipu, the exorcist in ancient Babylon, acquired his powers by having his mouth spat into, presumably receiving the spittle of the god. The god in question would be Pazuzu, because they invoked him using water, spittle, which was contained within the Sumerian man-bag. They used the water, spittle, to bring the statue of Pazuzu to life. That may be why A in Sumerian is water or seminal fluid, related to the father and the offspring of the deep. This starts bleeding into the realm of Ambrosia. Among the Luba of present-day Zaire, a candidate being initiated into the order of sorcerers drinks a brew containing spittle, ew, from each of the elders. Ew. He becomes thereby not only blessed with their power, but also placed forever under their control, possibly transferring the god of spittle and clay, undeniably a form of possession. The gift of wisdom used as trickery. It's worth noting that the Royal Marines do a similar ritual. You see, all of this has been applied to the person we know as Jesus. The name in Latin is Iazu, the wisdom of the offspring of the father of the flood of tears. The Abzu would be the outer darkness, where there is weeping and wailing and gnashing of teeth. Zu also means tooth. In the ancient Greek myths, Ambrosia is the food and drink of the Greek gods, and is often depicted as conferring longevity or immortality upon whoever consumes it, aligning perfectly with the sorcerer's drink, not only blessed with their power, but also placed forever under their control. The warnings come after the spells. How strange. In the poems of Sappho, Zoo number 47, of course, and there was a bowl of ambrosia, mixed by Hermes, who took the ladle to pour out for the gods, and then held the goblets and made libation, and wished for good fortune to the bridegroom. Ash, wish, desire, wolf, curse, spider. One unique alone. The curse of good fortune being immortality. Ambrosia and its equivalents, Soma, Haoma, and Sa, symbolize the divine essence and the concept of immortality. They represent the god's power over life and death, and their elevated status above mortals. In association with the moon and the feminine power, the link to the moon and the menstrual blood, in some traditions, between these divine substances and the feminine divine, as well as the cyclical nature of life and the concept of renewal. Together they reveal the curse of the blood moon. Very similar to the curse of Zeus, the wolf curse, the wolf without whom we cannot have a dogman of Canaan, the cursed Saint Christopher. Lest you forget, the mirror of God is dog. If you aren't aware, the father of the dog is the wolf. In Babylon, both of these practices would be related to the pit-pee ritual, which was used to invoke the host of the gods. Humbaba, aka Pazuzu, the precursor to Marduk and Ashur. The names change, but the worship does not. This would be the true purpose of the Sumerian manbag. It was used to invoke the king of the Uddug Hall. One could say pouring out the light of day. The Uddug Hall, the immortals, the eternals. who, according to this body of knowledge, have longevity because they are being consumed very slowly by their master, who is more times than not the god of trickery. The trumpet will call. Where, O death, is your victory? Listen, I tell you a mystery. We will not all sleep, but we will be changed. In an instant, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet. For the trumpet will sound, the dead will be raised imperishable, and we will be changed to become part of Legion, Hull, joy in evil, Udug, pitfall, demonic being. They are told, but they do not listen.
I will kill you all for what you have done to my kind.